everyone, and welcome to Negotiating with Derek Arden. Derek Arden had a brilliant career at Barclays Bank. He's been negotiating for 30 years. He has written 10 books. He has a program every week called Monday Night Live with Derek Arden. He has a podcast and many other ways to communicate effective negotiating skills. Derek, delighted to be with you tonight.
Tracy, thanks so much for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Let's start off with you. Tell me about your background, your briefest speech that would intrigue us about how you got into negotiating.
Well, I was born in a pretty poor part of northwest London, Willesden it was called, and you had to be pretty street savvy as a young boy in those days. I was an only child, and I had to learn how to work the streets in a way. It wasn't quite as bad as that, but you had to be street smart. And I guess I sort of got that from my mum and dad. And I was always looking for deals. I started a car washing business at 12. I was delivering leaflets at 13 and working in a dentist's at 14, clearing up the mess. So when I left school at 17, I was all ready to go for it, and my dad walked me down to the bank and he said get a job in there because he wanted me to get a sensible job. So I did, but Tracy, I quickly noticed that all the smart people were older than me, and I tagged onto them and I modeled them and I copied them and I watched what they did and how they did it and how they dealt with people. So I guess I was always interested in people, and I did actually quickly go up the ladder within Barclays, and I was learning all the time from people older than me, which I still do as much as I possibly can. I just love learning and teaching people. So that's me.
And what was the one hook that got you interested in negotiating? Did you watch those Barclays executives negotiate daily?
Yeah, I did, but I think I sort of intuitively knew if I asked, I might get. If you didn't ask, you wouldn't get. And so, and then I listened carefully. I watched people's body language, and I noticed that high achievers did slightly different things, and they had higher sensory acuity. That's the jargon now, isn't it, for it? But they had higher awareness of what was going on. They had higher people skills, emotional intelligence skills. And I picked those up. I think some of them we have naturally, but others we learn, we watch, we model people, we copy them, and we see how they do it, and we see how successful they are by doing it. So I had my radar on, as I like to call it, the radar on to see what was going on.
Did those leaders literally bring you into a room and let you watch them negotiate with someone? Or did you simply observe?
I observed. Yeah. I asked if I could join them at a meeting. Could I take the notes for them? Could I watch what was going on? Could I be their observer? Could I watch the body language for them?
And what did you notice? Can you give us 3 examples of what was effective in negotiating that you noticed?
Yeah, I mean, people were the best negotiators were connecting. They were being charming. They were building rapport. The worst negotiators were being aggressive, banging the table and trying to get their own way. We can think of some leaders that do those styles ourselves. So the more effective people were connecting. They were trying to get a win-win deal. They knew that a long-term deal was a win-win deal, win for me and a win for you. And then thirdly, it was a win for our long-term business relationship, which was really important. So it wasn't a one-off deal where you get the best deal you possibly can and maybe screw the other person. This was, working together, collaboration for a long-term partnership.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Great. Thank you so much. What an interesting conversation. See you again soon.